Hello friends, my name is Desai Hittar Ashramik Vidyalaya Killa, Party Standard 8, Subject English, Chapter number 6, Part 2. He said, "It's not far now, but the scrub is very thick. For a horse, I can make it on foot. But I am afraid to leave you, boy. Suppose you got lost or bitten by the snake too. I will take care. It might take me a long time to find the pond. If he's wondered, leave me off right here." "All right, but you take it easy now. You know north here and east. There and there. That tall pine makes appearing so long, Melville, I am obliged." He waited for sound of the hoofs to end, then cut up to right. The scrub was still, only his own crackling twigs sounded across the silence. He wondered for an instant if he had mistaken his directions. Suddenly he saw a large vulture-like bird flying into the air. Soon he found that many such birds were feeding on the dead body of the dog. He threw his stick at them to keep them away. The incident had occurred only 24 hours ago. He went round but did not find the fawn. Even the footprints on the grass and had been washed away in the rain. Then a buzzard rose in front of him and flapped into the air. He came into the clearing under the ox bus that sat in a circle around the cars of the tube. They turned their heads on their long square necks and hissed at him. He threw his paw at them, and they flew into a tree. The sand showed large cat friends, but the big cat scaled phrase. He patted the grass at the place where he had seen his fawn. It did not seem possible that it was only yesterday. The fan was not there. He circled the clacked and he returned to Spad. The night's rain had washed away two cracks except those of cat and buzzards. पार्ट टू में टू क्वेश्चंस है एंड फर्स्ट पार्ट में थ्री. अब देखते हैं हम पार्ट थ्री. Movement directly in front of him startled him so that it troubled backward. The fan lifted its face to his. He turned its head with a wide, wandering motion and shook him through with the stare of its liquid eyes. It was. It made no effort to rise or run. Jody could not trust himself to move. He whispered, "It's me." The fan lifted its nose, scanning him. He reached out one hand and laid it on the soft neck. The touch made him delirious. He moved forward on all fours until he was close beside it. He put his arms around its body. A light conclusion passed over it, but it did not stir. He stroked its sides as gently as through the fawn were a china deer and it might break. Its skin was very soft. It was sleek and clean and had a sweet scent of grass. He rose slowly and his fawn from ground. His legs hung limply. They were surprisingly long and he had to hoist the. He was afraid that it might kick and play at sight and smell of its mother. He scraped clearing the through with his burden. The fawn's legs caught in the bushes and he could not lift his arm with freedom. Just then he was started to see the fawn lifting its face. It was sagging. Jody walked up to it fine, put his arm around its body. Its skin was soft and clean. It did not kick nor bleed. He saved its face from the thorny flanks. He picked up and walked as fast as he could until he came to interest with the word home. And looked at him, bleated. He said in chat, I will carry you after I get my breath. He remembered his. The fan started after him. He came back to it and struck it, walked away again. It took a wobbling steps toward him and cried piteously. It was willing to follow him. It belonged to him. It was his own. He was light-headed with his joy. He wanted to fondle too, and romp it, but it seemed to him that it walked without effort. When tired, he sat it down and rested for a while. He again carried it on his arms to some distance. Finally, he reached home and took the fan into his father's room. Penny was glad to see it. Jody gave milk to drink. He dipped his fingers into the milk and let it suck. Then he drank off the last drop of milk. Jody was happy now. Okay, then you will chapter this finish. Okay, I will write a question answers MCQ blank and send you a PDF. Please you will write in your English notebook. Okay, thank you.